Good afternoon, everyone. Dakota's Den. How's everybody doing today? Good to see you. Hey, listen, look out the window. It's August and it's 60 degrees here. It's cold. It looks like snow is coming. Winter's going to be here before you know it. But we're not here today to talk about snow or the winter. We're here to talk again about Dr. Umar Johnson. As everybody knows, he's in the mail in the news because he claims that his accounts were frozen, his personal accounts were frozen, as well as his business accounts, the accounts where people were donating money to his school, FDMG, uh, Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey School for Young Black Boys, which never happened. I know everybody knows the story, but Dr. Umar Johnson is on YouTube trying to defend himself. He's trying to defend himself. He's not really he's not taking any accountability for anything that has gone wrong with this would-be school. As a matter of fact, people have come in offering to help pay some of his back taxes, his back bills. The school is up for auction if it hasn't happened already. If it hasn't happened already, and he's just in a world of trouble. And I'm going to show you a clip of Dr. Umar Johnson himself trying to defend himself. Well, actually, he's trying to deflect about the situation that's going on. You know how someone causes a situation and they know they're in trouble, but they're going to talk about something else. So maybe you won't think about the original really problematic situation that's going on. Well, that's what Dr. Umar Johnson is doing. Okay. He had a young lady, I'm not going to call her name because I respect her privacy, but she's all over YouTube. You can find it. She was supposed to like not be Dr. Umar Johnson's type because he's supposed to have no. He has two types. He has to have a light skinned female and he has to have a dark skinned female, and it has to be a black female. But they're saying that she wasn't his type, but she was taking care of his mother, and at the same time, she was allegedly screwing him. So they had like a business relationship and an S relationship, and it just blew up into something funky. And I do mean funky. He is trying to defend himself by calling this lady all kinds of names. Uh, um, her body stinks, her front stinks, her back stinks. She was giving him fellatio. He's just putting it all out there. And personally, I believe whatever happened, you shouldn't put the sexual escapades out there because nobody really cares. But we care with this interview, with this YouTube video from Umar Johnson, because I'm not going to say it's funny. It's not funny because he's degrading a woman, probably lying on her. I heard her interview. I heard his video. Well, you know what? I heard about 15 minutes of this video, so I'm going to be watching it with you guys too. And also, there's this guy named Lennon Honor. Lennon Honor has a channel. Shout out to Lennon because I have a clip of his reaction to this video, which is hilarious. And just a little bit of background before I start the video. Financial troubles and frozen accounts. Dr. Umar Johnson publicly stated that his bank accounts have been frozen. He described the situation as involving something funny, noting disruptions in his operational bills, which he didn't pay the bills. He was jet setting all over the world with the money. Where's the money? It's like millions of dollars that's just gone and nothing has been done to the school. And he also mentioned being effectively broke, asking his viewers for cash after his accounts were frozen. And he says that there's some kind of fraudulent activity going on his account. And I believe that he allegedly went on camera to say that it was Lennon Honor Lennon is just, he has 4 and 5 hour YouTube videos all exclusively on Umar Johnson. Listen, I don't understand the connection, but this man is, if I needed an investigator, I would hire Lennon Honor because he goes down and deep and dirty. Okay, without further ado, it's a 40-minute video, but it's worth every minute. Umar just calls this girl all kinds of throat goats, funky VJ. I mean, it's uh, it's not funny, but it's almost funny. So, without further ado, everyone, let's listen to this video.
Lie, detail.
Okay, let's go. Here. All right.
Buy one, get one half off back to school shoes at your local Famous Footwear or famous.com.
You deserve the best. At Harbor Freight, you can afford it. Performance, durability.
Okay, it wasn't at the same time either, but again, he's trying to paint the narrative
Wait a minute. That one is dude, Lennon, reacting to this video. But here's the actual video.
Spring of 2018. Many of y'all know that in January of 2018, after returning from my second trip to Japan and China, in January of 2018, after returning from my second trip to Japan and China, I had to stand trial with charges that were put upon me by the Pennsylvania State Board of Psychology that were motivated by YouTubian struggle streamers and Dr. Umar detractors. Y'all remember that? Well, shortly thereafter, my mother was hospitalized. My mother has multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis, okay? She's diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. We've always known that, but it didn't begin to affect her until more recently. So anyway, when my mother was hospitalized, I knew that I would be the child of 7 who would take it upon myself to step up and take care of my mother. And after 60 days away from home, my mother finally came home the day before baby Smurf's birthday, 2018. And I've been caring for my mother for 7.5 years ever since. I have done a great job caring for my mother. When my mother came home, she was on all these meds. The doctor got her off of all the meds. When she came home, mom had different situations going on. She got off of all that medications.
Now, I must say, it is very, very tough being a caregiver, and my support goes out to him for that, really.
No longer necessary. I'm not perfect, but in my 7.5 years, I have done a great job with my mother. And I can say that most of the time, when my mother had a situation, it was because of the aides in the caregivers. It was because of the aides in the caregivers. And so normally, and for those of y'all who care for your parent, you know how tough it is to find decent, professional, reliable, confidential help, right? Decent, professional, reliable, comprehensive help, right?
Right. That's true.
And so, let me see something here. I'm going to turn off the comments, brothers and sisters. This is the first live that I've ever turned off the comments, but I have to.
I'm pretty sure he's turning off the comments because people are saying, where the hell is my money? And what did you do with it? You know, I used to like Umar. I used to think he had a great message for black women, black men, young black children. I used to think, but he had me fooled. Now when I look at him, I just see a buffoon. So you never know about people. You never know.
There's just too much ignorance in my feed. This is the first live I've ever done where I had to turn off the comments. I just turned off the comments because I'm talking seriously and we still got idiots. So this is going to be...
He had turned off the comments because people want to know where their money is. That's not unreasonable. It's not. And it would be better of him to say, I understand you guys want to know where the money is. I understand, but let me finish.
Without any comments, You can text message me if you have a question or a comment. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. You can text message me at 215-989-9858. So, whenever I don't have a dependable, responsible, reliable, confidential aide to care for my mom, I cancel events because my mother always comes first. My mother always comes first. I was supposed to keynote the Florida A&M University Black Psychology Conference a few months ago. I canceled it because I didn't have anyone that I would trust to care for mother available at that time. I had to cancel Congo last week, and y'all know how much I wanted to go.
You know, from what I understand, the interview I saw on the Lennon Honor Show, the lady who was caring and sleeping with the Johnsons, the Umar Johnsons, said that the house was filthy. She wasn't taken care of very well. I mean, is she telling the truth? Is she lying? I don't know. I tend to believe her because I saw photos of his apartment. I saw photos of the house. But I don't know. It's just my opinion. All of this is just my opinion. But I don't know. Let's continue.
Go to the Congo. I had been waiting for that. I had to cancel because mom comes first. When I went to Sweden, there was a young lady who I met because she invited me to Kansas City to speak at an event. So her and her son drove me from Omaha, Nebraska to Kansas City to speak. I believe the event was on December 3rd, 2023. I believe the event was on December 3rd, 2023. I believe the event was December 3rd, 2023. And we had the event. We stayed in contact through text message. And ultimately, at the top of this year, maybe late last year, but if I'm not mistaken, I saw her privately 3 times inside of the same Philadelphia hotel after hours for no more than 2 or 3 hours. I repeat, I saw her 3 times in a...
Okay, this young lady that he's talking about, the young lady that he's talking about is the lady that cared for his mom and slept with him at the same time. And no shade, listen, I'm not talking about her because they're both consenting adults. And they do what they want to do. But I just want you guys to know, this lady he's talking about is the one who was caring for his mother, who just put all the tea out on Umar Johnson.
A hotel after hours for only a few hours, 3 times. There's a small chance that it was 4 times. There's no chance that it was 5 times. I'm going to repeat this. Did you need me, boss? Are you good? Okay. So I saw her 3 times inside of a Philadelphia hotel after hours for about 3 or 4 hours. That's it. The total private time she and I spent could not have exceeded 12, 15, 20 hours max. Total time across these 3 visits, maybe 4, but I'm almost certain it was 3. No more than 12 to 15, maximum of 20 hours. When it was time for me to go to Sweden, this young lady told me that she would not mind coming to care for my mother. I assured her that I would pay her, and I did pay her. And this is going to be important when I bring up the attorney in a minute, because I consulted with an attorney in Kansas City who told me that if I can prove that I paid her to care for my mother, then she can be charged with HIPAA violations for discussing my mother's personal, sensitive.
Unless she's in the healthcare field, I don't think HIPAA applies to her. So I don't think, I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think. You do some research, but no, no.
Medical information without permission. So this attorney said, if I can prove that I paid her, which means this was business, this was a business transaction. You paid her to care for your mother. And although she included plenty of lies in her narrative, although she included plenty of exaggerations and fallacies and untruths in her narrative, the mere fact that she purported to discuss your mother's personal sensitive information makes her guilty of HIPAA. And if we can prove that she in fact violated HIPAA law by discussing my mother's business, she can be fined, and she can also be jailed, and she can also be prevented permanently from ever working in the human services field again. An attorney told me that, so I have to pay him, okay, the retainer fee, and he's going to pick it up from here. So she could go to jail for what she did against my mother, discussing her personal business. I thought parents were off limits. I thought parents were off limits. I thought parents were off limits. But I guess when you that trifling, when you that low down, when you're that deceptive and manipulative, nothing is off limits. So anyway, brothers and sisters, she said, I can care for your mother. She won my confidence. I said, let's do it. So she cared for my mother twice. The weekend I was in Eastern Michigan University, that was 3 nights. And she cared for my mother for the week that I was in Stockholm, Sweden. I believe that was 5 or 6 nights. Okay? Eastern Michigan University, Stockholm, Sweden. I paid her both times. She never spent time with me in my mother's house because I don't spend time with women in my mother's house. Business is business. Personal is personal. I got her a hotel. I Ubered her over to the home.
Okay, from what I heard, Umar's mother told other people that, oh, my son entertains women upstairs in the house because I don't go upstairs, allegedly. That's what I heard. So, I don't know. Let's continue.
When she got to the home, I went over instructions with her. I went to the airport. When I got back from both trips, I Ubered her to a hotel, and then she flew out. I paid for her flight. I paid for her hotel. Business was business. Personal was personal.
But wait a minute.
So, after...
How's business and personal when you're paying her to take care of your mom and you're sleeping with her at the same time? What? This is an educated man. You know, the two are colliding. They're colliding. So, see, this is what I mean when I say some people do things and they don't want to take accountability. Okay, things are your fault. Just say, listen, I'm a grown man. I did something wrong. I take full responsibility. I shouldn't have been sleeping with the same lady that was taking care of my mother. And you definitely shouldn't be on TV saying the things that you're going to say. I mean, he hasn't gotten raw yet, y'all. Give it another few minutes. But he goes down so low and raw on her that it makes me blush. And it's really hard to make me blush.
Returning from Sweden, I was very disappointed in the care that my mother was given. After returning from Sweden, I was very disappointed in the care that my mother was given. I'm not going to go into detail over the egregious lack of regard and concern she displayed for my mother. I'm not going to go over that. That's too personal. But I was very disappointed and I was guilty. Whenever my mother isn't properly cared for, I take on that shame. I take on that blame. But I said to myself, you can never use this woman again to care for your mother.
Where is the money?
So I began to distance myself from this woman. So let me back up again. She saw me 3 times. Privately, she cared for my mother 2 other times. 5 total contacts. 3 of them were private. Brothers and sisters, without being too vulgar, those 3 private contacts basically consisted of her gummy bearing my Shango. She gummy beared the Shango. That's basically what she did. It was a jump off. Hood.
She gummy bared his Shanga. You know what that means. That means blowjob. So what grown man is going to get on YouTube, which has more exposure now than mainstream TV, and talk about a woman going down on him? I can't even see a 16-year-old doing that. And this is where he's going wrong. This is where he's going totally wrong. He needs to backtrack and start taking accountability. But it gets worse.
Rat jump off. That's all it was. Fellatio. 3 fellatio sessions. I came to visit. She wanted to please the Prince of Pan-Africanism. So it happened. 3 fellatio sessions. I'm not proud to say that. And then, of course, quote unquote caregiver. I put caregiver in quotes because she did anything but care for my mother. Anyway, this was the first week of March, Sweden. I come back from Sweden. I'm disappointed. Can't work with this woman no more. Can't take care of my mother. I can't mess with you. I started to distance myself from her. On June the 25th, the last moon that we had, I do my Art of Dialogue interview. I'm coming out of my Art of Dialogue interview and my phone is blowing up. There's a woman on Pastor Bussy's page claiming that y'all was in a 2.5-year relationship, that you were in love with her, that you wanted to marry her, that you wanted her to have your child. You were in a 2.5-year relationship with her. You were in love with her. You wanted to marry her. You wanted her to have your child. You were in a 2.5-year relationship with her. You wanted to marry her. You was in love with her, and you wanted her to be your wife. Brothers and sisters, I have women who look way better than her, who have done more for me in my life than she ever could.
Oh, here we go.
Who I wasn't in love with, who I didn't want to make my wife, who I didn't want to have my baby. So this woman, this Kansas City thought, this Jezebel, this jump off, this smash and grab, spent 3 times with me, not 3 nights, because I never spent the night.
Okay, so she spent 3 nights with you, but are you forgetting that you also spent 3 nights with her? And if you went back once, twice, 3 times, there was something about this lady that you enjoyed, but you're trying to act like it wasn't. You're not making any sense. We're adults. We can see through the facade. You're only fooling yourself because nobody believes it. We need more proof. We need more evidence. So you're saying she's guilty, but you're just as guilty as she is because you're a grown-ass man.
I never spent a night with her in my life.
And?
I never spent a night with her in my life. I saw her 3 times. And 3 times, all of which, if I'm not mistaken, were during the first quarter of 2025. 3 times, and I'm in love with her. 3 times, I want to marry her. 3 times, I want her to have my baby. 3 times, and we were in a 2.5-year relationship. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. But it gets worse. She told Pastor Bussy. She told Pastor Bussy. And let me say this about Pastor Bussy. Rainbow Bunny. Pastor Bussy, the Rainbow Bunny, has been cyber stalking me for 10 years. People have asked me to put a stop to him legally. I had 2 attorneys who sent him cease and desist. And he did not cease and desist. Those attorneys did not live in Utah where he lives.
What does all this have to do with anything? What does this have to do with anything? What happened to the millions of dollars that is gone out of people's pockets, mainly single women with little boy children? And this is where it gets me. You know, you take money from people, you pray. It's like you were preying on women and their feelings, their emotions, because everybody knows the feelings and emotions that women have for their children, especially if there's no father in the house. And it seems to me, in my opinion, he preyed on this, but yet he's on here talking about this woman that he slept with that he doesn't like. It reminds me of kind of sort of like what's going on in politics. You know, you create a problem, and then you act like it wasn't your fault, and then you deflect, and after that, everybody looks at you like you're stupid. So it's kind of like following the same pattern. Let's continue.
Those attorneys did not live in Utah, so there was no follow-up. I recently consulted with a Utah attorney who told me I have a serious case against Pastor Bussy the Rainbow Bunny. But I'm going to have to fly out to Utah a couple times to appear in court. So this attorney told me that if I give him the retainer, he will begin the investigation on Pastor Bussy, and after looking at Pastor Bussy's YouTube page, he says he is quite certain that I have a case for slander, I have a case for libel, I have a case for defamation, and he also said because he's been making money off of my name for 10 years, that he can be made to pay me back all the money that he made him.
Okay, so who he's talking about now is the guy with the YouTube channel, Lennon Honor, who has been talking about Umar, I think like years, 10, I believe like 10 years. And he knows everything about Umar there is to know. I can't figure out how he got all this information. I can't figure out. But he is an awesome private investigator. So he's made a lot of money from his YouTube channel, I assume. I mean, I don't know. But I see people giving him super chats all day long, 5 hours at a time. So he's making some money. So this is what Dr. Umar Johnson is talking about when he says that people are making money and he wants to sue them for slander.
My name, and that we can lay siege to any property that he owns. I told him that the man is broke. He don't have any property. He basically pays his bills by making Dr. Umar defamation films. He said, well, if that's the case, if he has a job, then his wages can be garnished until he satisfies the balance of the settlement from court. So brothers and sisters, I have finally realized that I have to have a Dr. Umar defense fund. I have to have a Dr. Umar defense fund.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason I have to have a Dr. Umar defense fund is not because I have to defend myself. I have to have a Dr. Umar defense fund so I can file suit against people who think it's okay to constantly slander my name and attack my mother. Attack my mother. Attack my mother. So, brothers and sisters, this woman told Pastor Bussy, the Rainbow Bunny, the YouTubian struggle streamer, she told Pastor Bussy that I went down on her. Brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test. Brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test. Brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test. When that woman After gummy bearing my Shango stick, that woman took off her underwear, and I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, and I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. When she took her underwear off, brothers and sisters, she smelled like something crawled up inside of her and died.
What? Okay.
She smelled like an old fish tank. You ever smell a fish tank that somebody ain't cleaned in like 2 years? They got goldfish in there. They got all kind of fish. And it ain't.
Is this necessary? Where is the money? Where is the money?
Been cleaned in years. That's what she smelled like when she took off those funky ass drawers. Her drawers were so old and so funky that I thought it was a wife beater. That's how stretched out her drawers was. Her drawers were so old and so funky, I thought her underwear was a slingshot. Her drawers were so funky and so stank, brothers and sisters, that I thought it was a wife beater, brothers and sisters, and I don't mean no disrespect. So when she said, it's my turn, after she got finished swallowing the Shango, she said, it's my turn. After she got finished swallowing the Prince of Pan-Africanism, she said, it's my turn. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, how do I get out of this? Because it ain't no way under God's heaven that King Kong consciousness face, nose, tongue, lips, ears, or hairline is going anywhere near that cootie cat. Brothers and sisters, listen. Brothers and sisters, listen.
Oh my God.
She told Pastor Bussy.
Oh my God. I can, listen, I said that, I'm going to tell you who the guy he's talking about when he said he's going to sue this guy. And this guy knows everything there is to know about Umar Johnson. And here he is. He was watching the same video and he was reacting to it. So I just want you guys to, he is just so funny. I want you guys to see this.
That I went down on her. I'm willing to take a lie detector test. I am willing to take a lie detector.
Wait a minute. That's the same one I just had. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. Let me get rid of that one. Put this one here just for a second. Just for a second.
Lene and his daughter are somehow conspiring against him. He's really out there.
Now, I do care for my mother, who I love more than anything in this world.
See the body language, self-soothing? See what he did there? Look closely.
Interesting that my daughter and this Kansas City hoodoo.
Wait a minute. Let me take it to this guy's reaction. That is so funny. Okay.
Would this make you buy a Ridge wallet? 2 people could win a Lamborghini Huracan Sterrato, a Hennessy Velociraptor.
After gummy bearing my Shango stick, that woman took off her underwear, and I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, and I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. When she took her underwear off, brothers and sisters, she smelled like something crawled up inside of her and died.
Oh my God, Umar, don't do this.
Ooh. What are you going to do?
This y'all's principle.
mm, mm. Wow.
Let's go.
She smelled like an old fish tank. You ever smell a fish tank that somebody ain't cleaned in like 2 years? They got goldfish in there, they got all kind of fish, and it ain't been cleaned in years. That's what she smelled like when she took off those funky ass drawers. Her drawers were so old and so funky that I thought it was a wife beater. That's how stretched out her drawers.
Look at him.
What in the world?
Oh,
This guy is sick.
sick.
Listen, I know we goof off. Okay, we do. We goof off. Sometimes we go too far. Okay. Sometimes you guys say stuff I shouldn't even be putting it on the screen. I get it. Okay. I know listen, I goof off. I get it. Okay. But this is supposed to be a school principal, a school psychologist, a therapist, the most requested scholar talking like this.
Yeah. The most requested scholar.
Was. Her drawers were so old and so funky, I thought her underwear was a slingshot. Her drawers were so funky and so stank, brothers and sisters, that I thought it was a wife beater, brothers and sisters, and I don't mean no disrespect. So when she said, "It's my turn," after she got finished swallowing the Shango, she said, "It's my turn." After she got finished swallowing the Prince of Pan-Africanism, she said, "It's my turn." And I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, how do I get out of this? Because it ain't no way under God's heaven that King Kong consciousness face, nose, tongue, lips, ears, or hairline is going.
Hairline? What? How you get your hairline into it?
Did he say ears?
Did he say ears or did he say hairline? Mm, mm, mm. Ah. Ooh. Oh my God. Ah.
I might have to try that. I'm sorry. I could not help myself. I should have did it. I apologize.
I had to show you.
But I'm gonna try that. You know, but I don't see how it would work. You know, but
okay.
I ain't gonna go any further, but I ain't gonna do that. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Let's move on. Okay.
All right. You see, I had to show you guys this guy who is everything Umar, his reaction. That shit was funny. All right, we got 10 more minutes of the original video. I'm going to try not to laugh. Ooh, oh my God.
Detector test, brothers and sisters. That woman smelled like a dead cow mixed with sour milk and menstruated underwear that was found in a funky alleyway. I lie to you not. She is so acidic. Her yoni-verse is so acidic. She needs a baptism. She needs a deep cleanse. She needs an exorcism. I think she got demons living in that bat cave. I think she got demons living in that bat cave, brothers and sisters. And she thought that the world's most requested scholar was going to go down on her. Oh, no. My women got to be fresh and clean. My women got to smell like fresh peaches, fresh daffodils, My women got to smell like fresh roses. If you want these lips to ever touch your peach cobbler, if you want this tongue to ever massage your honeycomb hideout, you got to be clean. You got to be clean, and she need a deep cleanse. In fact, I'm going to treat her because I have her address. I know where she sleeps. I have Pastor Bussy's address. I know where he sleeps. I'm going to send her a gift certificate to the Yoni.
You know what? I can't. I just can't. He has talked about this woman like I have never heard a man talk about a woman. She couldn't have been that bad if you went back 3 times, and you did say it's possible that it could have been 4 times. And what I'm just going to say is, where are, you know what? I was going to say, where are the Epstein files? Where is the money? What does this have to do with Lene? That's her name, y'all. Lene. I don't know her last name. I wouldn't even put her last name out here. A couple more minutes and we should be done this crazy video.
Spa. I'm going to send her a gift certificate to the Yoni Spa. I'm going to send her a gift certificate to the Yoni Spa because whatever she got in her, I don't know how many men she done been with. I don't know, but I've never smelled a woman smell like that. But let me get back on topic.
Yes, get back on topic.
Let me get on topic with this funky coochie cat Kansas City throat goat. Let me get back on topic trying to destroy me. You picked the wrong one. You want war? I'm ready for war. Ogun is ready. Ogun is ready. So she told Pastor Bussy, I went down on her. I pledge allegiance to the African flag. That is a lie. She told Pastor Bussy I hit her raw. I pledge allegiance to the African flag. That is a lie. She told Pastor Bussy I get high in order to get intimate. She told Pastor Bussy, the rainbow ganging YouTubian struggle streamer, that Dr. Umar has to get high before I get busy. I don't do drugs. I don't do dope. I don't get high. But she told him that. A lie. She lied on me like a dog, brothers and sisters. That Kansas City throat goat built like a sack of old laundry. Built like a sack of old, you fat, funky. Let me stay within character. Let me stay within character. Only worthy. You are only worthy of shining the Shango, you dusty hoe. You are only worthy of shining the Shango. So brothers and sisters, she stated 4 blatant lies. Well, 10. She said I loved her. I wanted to marry her.
Did he call her a dusty hoe? And that she looked like a sack of potatoes? The last time I checked, Dr. Umar, you look like you could lose a few pounds. And listen, we can all lose a few pounds. None of us can talk. But a dusty hoe that you went back for 3 to 4 times? The hoe couldn't have been that dusty. It couldn't have been, or else you wouldn't have went back. So you're not really making any sense.
Wanted her to have my baby. 44 years old. 3 fellatio sessions, and I wanted to marry her. I wanted her to have my child. I was in love with her. She said I masturbated, brothers and sisters. I don't want to be foul, but she said I masturbated in order to have sex. She said he got to masturbate. Talk to any woman who's ever dated me in my life. Talk to any woman who has ever dated me in my life. Does Dr. Umar masturbate? Has he ever masturbated in front of you? Guess what, y'all? I've never masturbated in my life. God is my witness. I've never masturbated in my life. I had a wet dream in 11th grade or 12th grade. One wet dream. I can't remember if that was 11th grade or 12th grade, at the Scotland School for Veterans Children in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. At the Scotland School for Veterans Children in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. I had a wet dream. I was still a virgin. I had a wet dream in either 11th grade or 12th grade. That was it. I never masturbated. I never had a need to. I'm not into that. She said I masturbated. I only saw her 3 times. So in 3 sessions, 3 hours apiece, you spent what, 9 hours with me, 12 hours in your life alone? I masturbated, I got high, I went down on your funky cootie cat, smelling like sardines and sardines and spoiled milk. Your yoni-verse smelled like sardines and spoiled milk, and you saying I went down. I got high, I masturbated, I went down, what else? I got high, I masturbated, I went down, I got high, I masturbated, I went down. I didn't use a condom. And check this one out. Guess what else she said? I asked her to put her fingers, brothers and sisters. She said I asked her to put her fingers in my rectum. Sisters, talk to any woman I've ever dated. Go to high school, go to college. Go to the school district of Philadelphia. Go throughout the world. Is there any sister I've ever dated who can tell you I asked them to put their fingers in my rectum? You were the throat goat. That's it. You were the throat goat. Why are you making up these lies? I'm willing to take a lie detector test with her. I'm willing to go to Kansas City, Kansas, and take a lie detector test.
No. 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 You do not have to take a lie detector test because nobody cares. Oh my God. It's okay to come on and try to defend yourself if you think that you've been wrong. It's totally okay. It's totally acceptable. But you, as a grown, respectable person, you don't go on the computer talking about a woman like that. And you don't go on a computer talking about you masturbate or you don't masturbate because nobody cares. What you should be doing is telling us what happened to the money. That's what you should be telling us because everybody wants to know what did you do with the millions of dollars of the donations that came into your name. That's it. We don't want to know who you had S with. We don't want to know if you masturbate. We don't want to know who gave you a blowjob. We don't want to know any of that. Okay? We don't want to know. It's nothing new under the sun. Everybody's been there before. So, oh my God. I needed that laugh. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all did. I needed that laugh. That was great. Okay, so listen, the saga continues. What's going to happen to Dr. Umar Johnson? Because his school is going to be auctioned off if it hasn't been already. In the last week, this past week. Today is Thursday. So what's going to happen to this educated, articulate man who I think he had good intentions, but I guess he saw the money got good, and he said, why should I spend this money on the school when I can just spend it on myself? I guess I'm going to ride this gravy train out until the last minute and just pray that I don't get caught, but you always get caught. You can't outrun the government. You can't outrun the IRS. You can't outrun what you're supposed to do with your nonprofit. It's a blessing to be in a position that you were in. You were very articulate. I enjoyed Umar Johnson's speeches. I really enjoyed them. And who knows, he's still young enough if he just confesses to what is going on. None of us are perfect, okay? We all make some mistakes. What do you guys think if he just came on and said, listen, I know I bought the school, I think it was $400,000. So he did buy the school for $400,000. But he should just come on and say, listen, I was having mental issues. I was having substance abuse issues. Now, I'm not saying he had any of those. I'm just saying whatever it was. I was overwhelmed from being a caregiver. You know, I was overwhelmed from the amount of money that was coming in, and I was wrong. I was wrong, and I want to make amends for it because I do have the skill of being articulate. Obviously, he has charisma because people were sending him money, so it must be a place in the world for him if he would just make amends. He would just make amends. That's all I'm saying. No sense in lying and blaming Lena or Luna, whatever the young lady's name was. No sense in blaming her. No sense in blaming the guy who was on here laughing, Lennon. No sense in blaming him. He's just got a YouTube channel just like the rest of us. No big deal, you know. So, okay, y'all, I gotta go. I have to go. I just want to come on and give you guys a good laugh. I hope you did. So please do me a favor. Oh my God. Do me a favor. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I really would, because I'm a new channel and I'm trying to grow. And at the end of my videos, I usually put up my merch, which are my paintings that I painted, and I do sell them. So, and I'll put them up right now at the end of the video. So if you want to buy one, just let me know and we can make it happen. Okay, everybody, have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.